What does it feel like to win after losing 21 times? Imagine hearing your name called year after year, standing up with hope in your chest, only to sit back down again. That was Susan Lucci's reality. And when her moment finally came in 1999, the entire room stood before she even reached the stage, not for the award, but for the journey it took to get there. This isn't just a story about success. It's about patience, identity, and what happens when life suddenly changes after decades of staying the same. If you think her story began on that stage, think again. Susan's life was built on something quieter: consistency. Born on December 23, 1946, in a calm New York suburb, her early years weren't dramatic. No chaos. No struggle-filled headlines. Just routine. But here's the twist: sometimes the absence of struggle creates its own challenge. When everything is stable, how do you learn to push forward? She didn't burst into Hollywood. She eased into it. Small roles. Uncredited appearances. The kind most people forget. But she didn't quit. She stayed. And in 1970, she stepped into a role that would quietly change everything: Erica Kane in All My Children. At first, it was just another job. Nothing special. But over time, something rare happened. The character grew, and so did she. Year after year, episode after episode, she didn't just play Erica, she became part of people's daily lives. Think about that. More than 40 years. The same face. The same character. While the world changed, she remained. That kind of consistency is powerful but also dangerous. Because when you stay in one role too long, the world starts to see you as only that. And that's exactly what happened. While her fame skyrocketed, recognition didn't follow the same path. Starting in 1978, the nominations came. Then again. And again. 21 times in total. Close enough to taste victory, but never quite there. It became almost symbolic. Success without validation. Fame without the trophy. And then, 1999. The moment. After nearly 20 years of waiting, she finally won. But here's the deeper truth. That win wasn't about that year. It was about every year she didn't win. Every moment she showed up anyway. That's what made it unforgettable. But life doesn't pause after victory. It keeps moving. In 2011, All My Children ended after 41 years. Just like that, the rhythm she had lived in for decades disappeared. Imagine waking up one day, and the thing that defined your life is gone. Who are you then? She adapted. New roles. Hosting. Writing. But the biggest shift came quietly in 2022, when her husband of 52 years passed away. No spotlight. No applause. Just silence. And that's where her story becomes deeply human. Because loss doesn't arrive loudly. It shows up in empty chairs, unfinished conversations, and routines that no longer exist. So, what can you take from this? Sometimes, life isn't about winning quickly. It's about staying long enough for your moment to find you. And sometimes, the hardest part isn't achieving success. It's learning how to continue when everything familiar is gone. In the end, Susan Lucci's legacy isn't just about awards or fame. It's about endurance. About showing up. About holding your ground while the world shifts around you. And maybe that's the real victory, becoming someone who doesn't give up, no matter how long it takes.